Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Dennis, and today we are checking out a new artist who has been suggested to me for I'd say about a month and a half, and I just haven't had a chance to get to Ren or the other one, DPR Ian or Ian. I don't know how they pronounce it, but I the more I get these requests, and especially ones that you guys think are, perfect for a mental health channel, it's kind of hard to face those things. That I think it just shows you how real some artists are, and it kind of hits you a little differently, especially if you struggled with mental illness your whole life. And it's very hard to watch other people struggle from it. And I feel like this would be a great way to support, artists who are open and honest about, their mental health and improving their mental health. So I'm really glad that I'm doing this, and yeah, I'm very humbled by it. So we're gonna get into it. I did a Google search, said, give me a brief overview of Ren, just so I could, kind of get to know the person and what he's going through. Even though you guys have told me about the autoimmune diseases and stuff, but this is what I came up with. Ren is a Welsh singer-songwriter, rapper, instrumentalist, and producer, known for a genre-defying sound that blends hip-hop, acoustic folk, and spoken-word poetry. Rose to global prominence with his 2022 self-directed music video, Hi Ren, which is what we're going to get into. Chronicles his deeply personal struggles with chronic illness and mental health. And then I went to his wiki page because I wanted to try to understand everything he had been through with his health issues, so I can appreciate that more. Ren has Lyme disease, which went undiagnosed for many years, leaving him with ongoing health problems. Since becoming sick, Ren has said that his life's work has been closely related to looking for better ways to deal with mental health issues. Ren's symptoms started in 2009. He was attending Basketball University at the time, and his symptoms caused him to struggle with his studies. His symptoms continued to worsen, getting to the point where he is bedridden for up to 23 hours a day. For years, he went from doctor to doctor and therapist to therapist, trying to find out what was wrong with him. Lyme disease was misdiagnosed as bipolar. Because initially his symptoms would come and go, he was also misdiagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome and depression. Yeah, I've been diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome before. And yeah, that sucks. It sucks that he's misdiagnosed too. He was given numerous medications. His health only got worse and worse. When conventional treatments didn't work, he tried numerous supplements and turned to alternative health practitioners and spiritual healing practices. Nothing worked. As a result, he developed stress-induced psychosis and PTSD. Holy crap. He was finally diagnosed with Lyme disease after going to Brussels and have testing done by a specialist in chronic fatigue syndrome in October 2015. Received experimental treatment for Lyme disease using stem cells. Wow. Treatment helped him regain some of his health, but he still fatigued easily and had ongoing autoimmune issues, brain damage, and PTSD. I've been saying this for a very long time, but when some of these older antidepressants are so chemical altering that you're basically restructuring your brain. And if something happens in that process where it's putting, too much blood flow into one area of the brain and not enough into another, then you have like atrophying places in your brain, and then you start to have brain damage and PTSD and all this other shit that goes wrong. And it starts to wear on you. Like, is this worth the risk? I'm altering brain chemistry with these medications, and this is like the worst case scenario of just all the things it can do to your body afterwards. Because if they would have got the diagnosis right, maybe his body would have, recovered better. Either way, it's just, that's a lot for, a person to have to go through. Holy crap. All right, but we're going to get into the video now. We're going to do Hi Ren. This was the song you guys told me was a good, jumping off point for him. So, all right. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it so much. You can help the channel by joining YouTube memberships or check out my Patreon. You can even check out my Discord, hang out there, talk about, I've had somebody give me information on Ren. So I appreciate all of you and, all the information that you guys give me. So I'm more prepared going into these. But all right, let's go. Wow, 9 minutes. Whew. Okay, ikimasho. The pig. Whoosh. Oh. Oh. Right off the bat, I love the Spanish guitar. It's like a mix of Spanish guitar, little folk. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing is what it is. I heard something else too. I'll see if I can hear it again. But yeah, I heard Spanish guitar and folk. I heard some little folk music, little... Let's see. Little country. Wow.
Hi there, Ran. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ran, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ran. I've been taking some time to be distant.
Holy shit. I did not expect that. That was crazy. The woo, 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 woo was really beautiful. And now the talking directly to your demons. That's crazy. It's so good too. I never thought about that. Just like sitting in a room and verbalizing, your frustration and disgust towards your issues. Damn.
Needs to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Bren. I've been taking some time to be distant.
Love that
I've been
change.
taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Bren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate. This time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see. You gotta kill you
gosh.
if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh,
Holy shit. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. But something that really stuck out was there's always this feeling that you get when a doctor's like, yes, this is treatable, there's gonna be, there's transition periods and all that, but once you get adjusted to the medication, you'll be fine. And a lot of us, I'm sure, were naive enough to believe it. I did. I thought I was going to have, a long and healthy life just because my medications were working. And the truth is, those medications have destroyed my mind and my body over, 30 plus years of taking them. So there's no world where you magically take a pill and then all of a sudden all your symptoms just magically vanish. It's just naive thinking, and it sucks because you want to. Because you want to stay positive, but it's hard. It's really hard. So a lot of this makes so much sense, especially if you've been through it. And if you've been through it,
You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, ran? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
That just hit the nail on the head for what I feel doing this. I've talked to a few of you guys about this, but I don't do this to chase views. I do this to lend my experience to those who are confused and frustrated and struggling with what they're going through, and try to, help guide them to a better life, because no one deserves to be absolutely miserable all the time the way I was. So everything he just said is exactly why I do this. I don't do it to chase views. I don't care about money. I don't care about money. I never have. It just never was important to me. I think helping people is more important than just doing something for money, I believe. Originally, I started this and I was going to donate all of it, everything that came in, I was going to donate to mental health research and the kids' mental health and, try to get down to the root of everything and see if there's a way we could stop it in children. If we can stop all these mental illnesses like bipolar disorder and, depression in kids, if we can get their brains to, you know, think more about the rest of their lives and what they want to do with their lives rather than thinking, how am I going to feel tomorrow? Who am I going to be tomorrow? Am I going to be this angry? Am I going to be this happy? It's a never-ending struggle. So if I can offer a little advice and just or an ear, to listen to if somebody's having a hard time, that's the reason I do this. I don't want anything from it. I don't want fame. I don't want money. The money I get goes just right back into, my monthly fees for stuff. But sorry, I didn't mean to talk that long. It just resonated big time.
And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man,
exactly.
You sound so pretentious. Brand your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar, Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to ask for you, say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives.
Jeez.
I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
Oof.
Newsflash, I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eve.
Sorry. I just wanted to comment that some of us have had these conversations on self-talk and just what goes on in our heads that we don't generally speak about or admit, just because sometimes it's so awful. My self-talk is just like his. It is very, very, very degrading. And nothing will ever be good enough. And that's exactly what the response he's getting. And mine's just like that. And it's so hard to know you're gonna do something, but know it's never gonna be enough to quiet that voice. Or there's never gonna be a moment where that voice tells you you did good. And sometimes that's just all you want to hear, but yeah, it's something I've been working on and I'm still struggling with, but I really appreciate that he's doing that this way, because this is all legit. This is so true.
Newsflash! I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mustopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, friend.
I just gotta. His guitar skills are insane. That sounded so badass.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake.
Damn. So this is... wow. This is powerful stuff. I wish I could get to that point of acceptance to just say, this is who I am, you know, going forward. This is it. We're good. We're not struggling with our mental health. We're just doing everything we can to be happy and find joy in life. And it's not an easy place to get to. And I don't know how many times I've read comments that people are spending decades just trying to break through that. And to hear someone who has had, you know, the struggles that he's had, like he said, the half of his life. Mine's 3/4 of my life. But to hear the words of hope and inspiration and just positive thinking, and go out and just do it, you know, just be better. You're gonna be better. Tomorrow's gonna be better. You just gotta push through those really difficult times, and it's so hard to see though when you're in the dark. That positivity is very hard to find, and that hope is so hard to find. But when you find it, I think a lot of us really latch on to hope, or we manifest hope in a person, or, you know, an activity, things like that. And we really latch on to it, especially if we've struggled, you know, the majority of our lives and don't experience that hope all that often. It's amazing. this dude's incredible. As I said, guitar skills, insane.
You know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So care of the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs.
Damn.
That I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate different side.
Amazing. This dude is so gifted. I mean, the rapping, the singing, it's to sound good in all those areas while playing the guitar the way he does is just so impressive. And everything he's saying is so poetic, so poignant. It's just it's beautiful. An incredible song for sure.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Whew. Damn, man. I mean, wow. Just, I don't know what else to say outside of just wow. It's so heavy. So heavy, though. Man. I tell you what, though, I applaud Ren for putting this out there. This is so revealing of, just a person with mental illness struggles. For those of you who never had mental health issues, listen to this song closely, because it's exactly the way he was using the like an angel and demon, the positive and a negative. it's like it was like that over a few days. It's all over the place, and there's so many questions that you ask, and he was asking those questions, but the one or the other, the darkness or the light was responding. But it describes perfectly the struggles of dealing with mental illness and knowing that there's probably no end to it, especially if you were diagnosed with bipolar the way I was when I think I was 8 or I was 9 when I was diagnosed with bipolar. It was originally uh oof, I'm gonna forget it. It was originally uh uh, uh I'm not gonna remember it. Borderline personality disorder was the original uh diagnosis that I got, and I was medicated very young. And I think after about a year of talking to therapists and psychiatrists, they finally diagnosed me right with bipolar disorder. And I'm 44 now. So that's 36 years. Because over this past winter, I did TMS treatments to rid myself of bipolar symptoms. And so far, the treatment has worked as far as my bipolar disorder. I haven't experienced the symptoms in a few months now. And I'm still optimistic going forward, but I still have to deal with the anxiety that I've always suffered from, things like that, and all the damage that not only having multiple strokes did, but what the medication did to me long term. It's I've been having a lot of difficulty reconciling with that. So that's why I said all that stuff, about the medications, because I think they don't have real studies on prolonged use on these antidepressants or antipsychotics. And from my experience from being medicated for 36 years, my body is destroyed. And my mind, it took forever for me to build my brain back up to almost where it was when I was in my, late teens, early 20s. If you go back and watch one of my videos from even a few months ago, you will see how slow I talked. Very slow, because my brain could not catch up. It just couldn't. So I'm getting to that point where my brain's starting to catch up. I'm starting to absorb new experiences and new memories, and I didn't have that for a very long time. So it's all kind of new to me. So I try to encourage, anyone that's still suffering from bipolar disorder. I try to encourage them to look into TMS therapy. It's very expensive right now. Thankfully, my insurance just started covering it last year. But it is totally worth it. And if I have to go and have a few more treatments redone just to kind of keep me symptom free, then it's still worth it. But I'm really glad that we got to experience this. This was incredible. Incredible. And it's not just the the acoustic guitar playing and the singing and rapping and everything like that. It's the message. You know, as I said, a lot of people who have never suffered from depression or bipolar disorder or anxiety, they they don't understand. They look at us and they do not understand what we're going through most of the time. And it's hard to explain it. A lot of the times it's hard to explain it. So I'm really grateful to Ren for putting words to the struggle, because it's very real and it's very debilitating. It can be if you let it. But also to include this positive message of hope and, you know, just realize things are, it may take time, but things will get better. They will. And things are going to get worse too. You just have to be prepared for that. And I feel like if you're prepared, you have a fighting chance. The hardest thing that I had a problem with was accepting that sometimes a bad day is just a bad day. I still have difficulty, accepting that, especially if I'm in the middle of a bad day. I can't break that thought. But the next day, once I'm back to, I get like a reset. I think, you know what? It was just a bad day. I'm not getting worse. I don't need to change my medications up, because when you have a bad day, you spiral so fast. You really do. Do I think I need a higher dosage on my medication? And do I need a different medication? Am I becoming immune to this medication? Am I developing a tolerance? Because it seems like it's less effective. Sometimes it just takes taking a few minutes and just saying, it's just a bad day. Let's just get through till tomorrow, and then we'll figure it out when we're clear-headed. But it's tough. It's tough. So for all of you out there who are still struggling with their symptoms, I empathize with you. I really do. I spent, almost 16 years in isolation because I could not control my symptoms, and they were getting so bad and so out of hand that I didn't want to be around people, because I was afraid I was going to verbally hurt someone or physically hurt myself. So we're trying not to go back there. So this definitely helps big time. Wow. Holy crap. I didn't expect to do this, so I'm sorry. And if you're still here, thank you so much. I appreciate you listening to my spiel. But this really had an impact on me, so I wanted to make sure that was, out there, that this is perfection. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for not only recommending this, but, all your support up to this point has been phenomenal. And I appreciate all of you who have shared your struggles openly in the comment section. It's so, I've said this a million times, but it's so humbling that you guys trust me enough to tell me about all the difficulties you're having and telling me that you're in a dark place and things like that. I take that very seriously. I do. And I carry your guys' stories with me every day. I honestly do. It's what keeps me going every day. So thank you for that, and thank you for all your support. I appreciate it so much. Okay. All right. That's all I got, guys. Gotta move on. But this is gonna stay with me forever. Definitely. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It's the best way to help the channel grow so we can reach more people with this message of hope and healing. Good. Whew, yeah, this was a tough one. But thank you guys again. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody. Matane.